Welcome or welcome back. My name is Joanne and today I have a super exciting video. It is, you probably already know what it is from the title, but this is the Gourmande Girls and Doodles by the Bunny Nightshade palette. This is their newest release and this is actually my first purchase from them. This is the outer sleeve, has the ingredients on the back. And then this is the actual palette, which it's the exact same as the outer sleeve. And then I think Doodles by the Bunny now works with Gourmande Girls on all of their packaging. So that's really exciting. So this palette retails for $54.99 in US dollars. And this has 14 shades. It has multi-chromes and mattes, some shimmers. I don't know, I haven't swatched this yet. It's very pretty. This color story really called to me. So, yeah, I'm really excited to use this. But I did also pick up the Spooked palette, which if you're interested in a tutorial or like a first impressions or something for this one, please let me know in the comments and I will do it because this is also so pretty. I know this is older because this came out in Halloween time last year, but it's so pretty. But yeah, let me know if you want a video with this one as well. But today's video is focusing on their newer palette, which is so pretty. Like I mentioned before, I think I want to play with the purples, maybe. Maybe try to incorporate this yellow shimmer. I don't know how that would work, but you know, it's fine. Maybe I'll just do all purple. I don't know. But I will get into swatches now. And this is currently still available on their website, which is kind of nice. So if you're interested, go and pick it up. I will have it linked in the description box and the link is non-affiliated. First is the shade Enchanter, which is this white-based iridescent shade. And then next is the shade Bittersweet. I'll try to go through these very quickly because I'm sure there are lots of swatches online now, which is a matte yellow. Next is the shade Hypnotic, which is this really pretty shimmer. I don't even know what shifts it has. So this one has, oh, this is like pink to like blue shift. This one's like blue and pink too. It's like a blue base with like a pink shift to it. Next is the shade Henbane. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong, but this is like a matte forest green, I think. And then we have the shade Poisonous, which is a softer shimmer. Has a little more texture to it. And then we have the shade Deadly, which is this gray right here. And apparently they also still have a Halloween palette coming out this year, so we'll see if I pick that one up. That one is like a black base with like pink shift to it. And there's that gray. Honestly, these are swatching pretty nicely. And to know if a shadow is good quality, you have to use it on the eyes, but based on these swatches, pretty promising. Next is the shade Night Fury, which is the last shade in the first row. This one's also more textured. And then next is the shade Belladonna, which is this pastel purple with like a little blue in it. Next is the shade Dream Shade, which looks so pretty. Oh, that is very creamy. This is very pretty. Oh, that one has a more pigmented base than the one before. That is really pretty. It has a pink shift to it, I think. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's like a pastel-y, almost like gray tone purple. Ooh, that one is shiny. This is definitely a purple to blue shift. Next is the shade Nightshade, which is this matte, just like mid-tone purple. And then we have the shade Flowering, which is this yellow shimmer, which in the swatches really called to me. I think it has like a pink to blue shift in it. I know it definitely has a pink shift in it. And then we have the shade Woody, which is this deep purple. Ooh, that definitely has pink and blue sparkles in it. That deep purple is so pigmented. Oh my god. And then the last two shades in the palette, we have Hellebore, which is this deep shimmery green, which is also more of like that creamy type feel. And then we have the shade Black Knight, which is a matte black. It looks like it's like a black base with like blue and green sparkles. That black is very pigmented. But there is the color story. I'm not sure how well you can see the shifts. Now I'm just gonna put on some eye primer, bring you guys a little closer, and we'll get into the eye look. I just got these clips from Ulta yesterday, and I just thought they would be nice to pin my hair back when I don't need to fully put my hair back. So like when I'm doing like an eyeshadow tutorial or something. But anyways, I'm gonna get into this look. I did prime with my MAC Paint Pot, which is the only eyeshadow primer I own. I think I'm gonna go in with Nightshade first, which is the mid-tone purple. And I'm just gonna take that, just like one dip, and I'm just gonna take that into my crease. Maybe a little more. Oh yeah, that is a pretty shade. That blends pretty nicely, especially for a purple. I mean, nowadays, I feel like formulas are just so good that a lot of them do blend well. And if you see a little patchiness right here, I do have like a divot right there on my eyelid, so that's what that is. It's not the eyeshadow. Cute. I think I'm gonna go in with Belladonna just to blend that out a little. Just taking a little bit of it. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Woody, which is the deep purple, I think. Or, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Deadly, which is the gray. I'm just gonna take that on like a smaller blending brush and just put it on the outer corner and blend it into my crease. I'm going in with that brush from before and just blending those edges, maybe. And then, I do really want to use Dream Shade, which is this purple blue shift one. But first, I'm going to go in with my Bella Beauty Bar Shimmer Stay. And then I'm going to go with Dream Shade right on top. That is so pretty. Oh my god. I think that overtook like the gray. I'll have to add a little bit more to it. But I'll just do the same thing on the other eye. I will say their sparkle particles are pretty small. So if you're not into the huge particles that some brands have, yeah. And then now I'm just gonna go with the brush that had the gray before and just kind of blend those outer edges. I'm gonna do the same thing with my other brush. See, I think I can add a little bit more purple. And then I'm trying to think what I want to do for my lower lash line. I think I kind of want to try to do purple into like yellow. So I'm going to take Nightshade, the mid-tone purple that I used before. I'll just put that on like the outer half of my lower lash line, connecting it up onto my upper lid. Then I'm gonna take the shade Bittersweet, which is this matte yellow. This one's a little more powdery than the others. Like you can see that there's like no powder kick up. I'm just gonna take that on the inner part of the lower lash line. Maybe I'll wrap it all the way around into my inner corner too. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's really cute with the yellow in there. Okay. And then do I want to take, I might try flowering on my inner corner. That's not something that I would normally do, but you know, I'm just trying to play with this. And I'm not gonna spray my brush, just see how it performs. That's a pretty shade. I'm not sure how I feel about it being in an inner corner, but you know, it's fine. I think I actually don't mind that. It's kind of fun, different. I guess that's the look. Okay, I'm gonna go pick an eyeliner for my waterline, put on some mascara, put on a lip, and I will come back with my first impressions. Here is the final look. So before I get into my first impressions, I'm going to go through everything that I've used, which is what I normally do. So for my primer, I use my Milk Makeup Pore Clips. I actually mixed my L'Oreal Fresh Wear in 455 Natural Buff and my Fenty Eavesdrop in 10, just because it's a little pink and this is a little yellow. So, and they mix pretty well. My concealer, I used my NYX Bear With Me concealer in beige. My powder, I used my classic powder combo, my Nakia Joy Cosmetics loose powder and the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur in translucent honey. For bronzer, I used this NARS Laguna 3. For blush, I used my Blend Bunny Sweet Cheeks palette, and I used literally my favorite shade in this palette. Well, one of my favorite shades in this palette. I used this shade Sticky Sweet. And then for my highlighter, I used something that I wasn't a fan of in the beginning. I don't know if it's because I had a bad experience with an eyeshadow palette from this brand, but I used the Unearthly Cosmetics Low Light palette. And this is hefty. This has a total of 54 grams, which means it has 9 grams in each pan. But I use the shade Low Light, which is like a pinky purpley to blue shift. My setting spray, I used the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set, and then I went over that with my Nakia Joy Cosmetics pressed powder. For my waterline, I decided to go with my yellow one. So this is the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Punch. I just thought it would be fun to like bring the yellow in a little bit more. For my brows, I used my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in black and the ABH Clear Brow Gel. Mascara, I used the Melt Cosmetics Supernatural Mascara, which is my favorite. But it's like $24, which is expensive for mascara. And then my lips, so I haven't even hauled these yet because I want to do like a monthly haul. So I just got these not that long ago, but I used the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade Iconic Nude. I've been wanting to try this, but I'm like, that's gonna be too light for me, when in reality it's like the perfect shade for me because my lips naturally have a lip line on its own, and it's, well, this is a little lighter than that, but I think it works pretty well for me. And then I also used one of the new Lawless, what are these called? I think it's like their plumping lipsticks or something, and this is in the shade Soft Truffle. This is what that one looks like. I will say this has a little thicker of a formula, but I'll get into my review of these later on in the month. I think that's everything. Now, getting into my first impressions of the Nightshade palette and just the brand in general, I am pretty impressed. I mean, this eye look, I would have never thought to pair purple and yellow together, but I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's try it out. They're in the palette together. What if they go together? Because purples are more cool tones and then yellows are warm tones, right? So they're like opposite spectrums, but I love that. Like, I love just combining cool tones and warm tones. But I do think this inner corner really meshes well with both of them because it has a yellow base, but it has like a blue shift to it, so it kind of goes well with the purples. And the shimmer I used on my lid almost has like a silver sparkle to it. It's so pretty. And then again, the mattes blended very well. I really have no complaints about this. The shimmers that I used have smaller shimmer particles than other brands. Like, for example, Adept Cosmetics, I find that they have bigger shimmer particles, but they have smaller ones. So if that's what you prefer, I do recommend this brand. And I am interested in trying their other palettes. I am very excited to try this palette now. So that's my review. That's my first impressions. Let me know if you've tried this brand. Again, if you would like to see a video on the Spooked palette, let me know down in the description. down in the description, down in the comments. That's where you can say things. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.